Eat less, move more. That's what every fitness guru, doctor, and diet book has told you for decades. It's simple physics, right? Calories in versus calories out. Except there's one massive problem. It doesn't work for millions of people. You can eat the exact same 1,500 calories as someone else, do the same workouts, and still gain weight while they lose it. Why? Because your body doesn't read nutrition labels. It reads hormones. And if your hormones are broken, counting calories is like trying to fix a car by washing the windows. Let me explain what's really happening inside your body. The calorie lie. Let's start by destroying the biggest myth in fitness. You've been told that 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat. So if you cut 500 calories per day, you'll lose a pound every week. Simple math, right? Wrong. This formula was created in 1958 by a scientist named Max Wishnowsky. He studied short-term weight loss and made a guess. That guess became gospel. But here's what nobody tells you. This formula completely ignores how your body actually works. When you cut calories dramatically, your body doesn't just burn fat and call it a day. It panics. It thinks you're starving, so it slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. Your thyroid gland produces less hormone. Your body temperature drops slightly. You feel cold and tired. This isn't laziness. This is survival mode. Studies show that people who diet can see their metabolism drop by 20 to 40%. That means if you normally burn 2,000 calories a day, your body might now only burn 1,200 to 1,600 calories. You're eating less, but your body adapted by burning even less. The math doesn't work anymore. Insulin, the real villain. Here's the hormone nobody wants to talk about. Insulin. This is the key to understanding why you're stuck. Every time you eat, your body releases insulin. This hormone's job is to take sugar from your blood and store it somewhere safe. When your cells are full, insulin stores that sugar as fat. High insulin means fat storage mode is on. Low insulin means fat burning mode is on. Now here's where it gets interesting. Different foods spike insulin differently, even with the same calorie count. Eat 200 calories of candy, and your insulin shoots up like a rocket. Eat 200 calories of almonds, and your insulin barely moves. Same calories, completely different hormonal response. Your body treats them like totally different substances. When insulin is constantly elevated, your body never gets the signal to burn fat. You're locked in storage mode. It doesn't matter how little you eat. If insulin is high, fat burning is off. This is why someone can eat pizza and stay thin while you eat salad and gain weight. Their insulin sensitivity is different. Their body processes carbs efficiently. Yours might be broken from years of sugar and processed food. Cortisol, the stress monster. Let's talk about another hormone sabotaging your weight loss. Cortisol. This is your stress hormone, and it's probably destroying your progress right now. When you're stressed, your body pumps out cortisol. This hormone tells your body to store fat, especially around your belly. Why? Because stress used to mean danger, like running from a predator. Your body wanted quick energy available, so it stored fat right where you could access it fast, your midsection. But here's the problem. Modern stress doesn't come from predators. It comes from your boss, your bills, your phone notifications, and your terrible sleep schedule. Your body can't tell the difference. Chronic stress means chronic cortisol means constant fat storage. Even worse, cortisol makes you crave sugar and carbs. It's a survival mechanism. Your brain thinks you need quick energy to escape danger. So you find yourself standing in front of the fridge at 10 p.m. eating ice cream directly from the container. That's not weak willpower. That's cortisol hijacking your brain. And guess what else spikes cortisol? Extreme calorie restriction. When you eat 1,200 calories and your body needs 2,000, that's a stressor. Cortisol goes up, fat storage increases. You're literally gaining weight because you're trying too hard to lose it. Leptin, the hunger hormone nobody mentions. Here's a hormone that will blow your mind. Leptin. This is your body's fullness signal. When you have enough fat stored, leptin tells your brain, stop eating, we're good. But there's a problem called leptin resistance. When you eat too much processed food, sugar, and inflammatory oils, your brain stops hearing leptin's signal. It's like someone turning down the volume on your fullness alarm. So even though you have plenty of fat stored, your brain thinks you're starving. You feel hungry all the time. You have no energy. Your metabolism slows down, and you can't understand why you're always craving food even though you just ate. Overweight people often have high leptin levels. Their fat cells are screaming, we have enough energy, but the brain can't hear it. The signal is blocked by inflammation. This is why someone can eat a small meal and feel satisfied for hours, while you eat the same meal and feel hungry 30 minutes later. Your leptin signaling is broken. Sleep, the secret weapon. Nobody thinks sleep affects weight loss, but it might be the most important factor nobody talks about. When you sleep less than 7 hours, two hormones go crazy. Ghrelin, your hunger hormone, increases by 15%. Leptin, your fullness hormone, decreases by 15%. This means you're 30% hungrier than someone who slept well, even if you ate the exact same food. Studies show that people who sleep 5 hours per night eat about 300 extra calories the next day without even realizing it. Over a week, that's 2,100 extra calories. Over a month, that's 9,000 calories. That's 2.5 pounds of fat gain just from bad sleep. But it gets worse. Poor sleep raises cortisol. It makes your body insulin resistant. It kills your motivation to exercise. It makes you crave junk food. Basically, one bad night of sleep can undo 3 days of perfect eating. Your body does most of its fat burning while you sleep. It repairs muscle tissue, it balances hormones, it clears out inflammation. When you shortchange sleep, you're sabotaging all of this. Gut bacteria, the invisible factor. This sounds weird, but the bacteria living in your intestines control your weight more than you think. You have trillions of bacteria in your gut. Some of them are fat storage bacteria. They're incredibly efficient at extracting calories from food. Other bacteria are lean bacteria. They're less efficient, so more calories pass through without being absorbed. Obese people have more fat storage bacteria. Lean people have more lean bacteria. Scientists proved this by transplanting gut bacteria from obese mice into thin mice. The thin mice got fat, eating the exact same food as before. Your gut bacteria determine how many calories you actually absorb from food. Two people can eat the same meal, but one person's bacteria extract 200 more calories from it than the other. Over time, this adds up to significant weight differences. What kills good bacteria? Antibiotics, artificial sweeteners, processed food, stress, and lack of fiber. What feeds good bacteria? Vegetables, fermented foods, fiber, and diverse whole foods. If your gut is full of the wrong bacteria, you could eat perfectly and still struggle to lose weight. Your microscopic passengers are working against you. The inflammation connection. Here's something nobody connects to weight loss: chronic inflammation. When your body is inflamed, losing weight becomes nearly impossible. Inflammation is your immune system's response to threats. A cut on your finger gets red and swollen. That's inflammation doing its job. But when you eat inflammatory foods every day, your entire body exists in a constant state of low-grade inflammation. This inflammation blocks leptin signals in your brain. It makes cells insulin resistant. It raises cortisol levels. It damages your gut lining. Basically, inflammation creates a perfect storm of hormonal chaos that prevents fat loss. What causes inflammation? Sugar, vegetable oils, processed foods, alcohol, lack of sleep, and chronic stress. Sound familiar? That's the modern lifestyle in a nutshell. When inflammation is high, your body prioritizes healing over fat burning. Weight loss takes a backseat to survival. Your body literally decides that keeping you alive is more important than making you look good in jeans.
All right, let's talk solutions. If insulin is the main problem, we need to lower it. And the fastest way to do that is by changing when you eat, not just what you eat. Intermittent fasting sounds complicated, but it's simple. You just give your body a break from constant eating. When you're not eating, insulin drops. When insulin drops, fat burning turns on. It's like giving your body permission to access stored energy. You don't need to starve yourself. Start with 12 hours between dinner and breakfast. Eat dinner at 7 p.m., breakfast at 7 a.m. That's it. Your body gets 12 hours to lower insulin and burn fat. Most people can handle this easily because they're sleeping for 8 of those hours. Once that feels comfortable, push it to 14 or 16 hours. Skip breakfast and have your first meal at noon. Black coffee is fine, water is fine, just no calories during the fasting window. Here's what happens during a fast. Hours 0 to 4, your body uses glucose from your last meal. Hours 4 to 8, glucose runs out and your body starts releasing stored fat. Hours 8 to 16, fat burning accelerates and insulin stays beautifully low. This is the magic zone most people never reach because they're eating every 3 hours. But fasting alone isn't enough. You also need to eat foods that don't spike insulin. Protein and healthy fats barely move insulin at all. Vegetables are fine. It's the refined carbs and sugar that cause problems. One soda can spike your insulin higher than an entire steak dinner with vegetables. Killing cortisol. Calm down to slim down. Stress management isn't optional anymore. It's as important as diet and exercise. High cortisol will sabotage everything else you do right. First, fix your breathing. Sounds stupid, but hear me out. When you're stressed, you take shallow breaths. This signals danger to your body, which releases more cortisol. Deep breathing breaks the cycle. Try this. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 6 seconds. Do this for just 2 minutes. Your nervous system shifts from panic mode to calm mode. Cortisol drops. Do this 3 times per day, and you'll notice a difference within a week. Second, stop doing crazy amounts of cardio. Running for an hour every day is a massive stressor. Your body releases cortisol to fuel that activity. This is why some marathon runners are actually overweight. They're exercising themselves into higher stress hormones. Instead, lift weights. Strength training is powerful but brief. You stress your muscles intensely for 30 to 45 minutes, then you're done. This type of stress actually improves your hormones instead of wrecking them. Plus, building muscle increases your metabolism permanently. Third, take magnesium before bed. Most people are deficient in this mineral. Magnesium calms your nervous system and helps lower cortisol naturally. It also improves sleep quality, which brings us to the next fix. Sleep like your life depends on it. You can do everything else perfectly, but if you sleep 5 hours a night, you'll stay fat. Period. Sleep isn't negotiable. Your bedroom needs to be cave-like, dark, cool, and quiet. Get blackout curtains. Cover any LED lights. Even tiny amounts of light disrupt melatonin production and screw up your hormones. Temperature matters more than you think. Your body needs to drop its core temperature to sleep deeply. Keep your room between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If you wake up sweating or freezing, your room temperature is wrong. Blue light from phones and computers destroys melatonin. Your brain thinks it's daytime. Stop looking at screens 1 hour before bed. Yes, this is hard. No, you don't have an emergency text that can't wait until morning. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. Your body runs on circadian rhythms. When you go to bed at 10 p.m. Monday, midnight Tuesday, 9 p.m. Wednesday, you're confusing your internal clock. Consistency is everything. If you can't fall asleep, it's usually because your mind is racing. Try this. Write down everything you're thinking about before bed. Get it out of your head and onto paper. This simple trick stops the mental loop that keeps you awake. Aim for 7 to 9 hours, not 6, not 5 with "I'll catch up on weekends." Consistent, quality sleep every single night. This alone can help you lose 10 to 15 pounds without changing anything else. Heal your gut, feed the right bacteria. Your gut bacteria respond quickly to dietary changes. Within 48 hours of eating differently, your bacterial population starts shifting. Eat fiber, lots of it. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, beans. Fiber feeds the good bacteria. Most people eat 10 to 15 grams of fiber daily. You need 30 to 40 grams. This is the single biggest change you can make for gut health. Add fermented foods: yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, pickles. These contain probiotics that directly add good bacteria to your gut. Even a small amount daily makes a difference. Stop eating artificial sweeteners. They kill beneficial gut bacteria while feeding the harmful ones. Studies show people who drink diet soda actually gain more weight than people who drink regular soda. The artificial sweeteners destroy gut bacteria so thoroughly that you absorb more calories from everything else you eat. Avoid antibiotics unless absolutely necessary. One course of antibiotics can wipe out 30% of your gut bacteria. It takes months to recover. If you must take antibiotics, take probiotics during and after to help rebuild your gut population. Diversity is key. Eat 30 different plant foods a week. Different vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices. Each one feeds different beneficial bacteria. The more diverse your diet, the healthier your gut becomes. Crush inflammation, cool the fire. Reducing inflammation is like taking the handbrake off your weight loss. Once inflammation drops, everything else works better. Cut out vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, and anything that says vegetable oil on the label. These oils are highly inflammatory. They're in almost all processed foods. Read labels. If you see these oils, don't eat it. Use olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, or butter. These fats don't cause inflammation. In fact, they can reduce it. Eliminate sugar. I know you've heard this a million times, but sugar is incredibly inflammatory. It spikes insulin, feeds bad gut bacteria, and triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body. It's poison disguised as pleasure. Add omega-3 fatty acids. These are found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. If you don't eat fish, take a high-quality fish oil supplement. Omega-3s actively reduce inflammation at the cellular level. Move your body daily. Not intense exercise necessarily, but movement. Walking for 20 minutes reduces inflammation markers significantly. Sitting for 8 hours straight increases them. Stand up every hour. Take the stairs. Park farther away. Small movements add up. Drink green tea. It contains compounds that reduce inflammation and even boost fat burning slightly. Replace one coffee with green tea daily, and you'll notice benefits. The protein priority. Here's something simple that makes a huge difference. Eat more protein, way more than you probably are now. Protein does 3 magical things. First, it keeps you full longer than carbs or fat. You naturally eat less throughout the day without trying. Second, it requires more energy to digest. Your body burns calories just processing protein. Third, it preserves muscle mass while you lose fat. Aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh 150 pounds, that's 105 to 150 grams of protein daily. Most people eat maybe 50 to 70 grams. This means eggs for breakfast, not cereal. Chicken or fish for lunch, not pasta. Greek yogurt for a snack, not chips. Make protein the center of every meal, then add vegetables and healthy fats around it. Your body can't store protein like it stores fat or carbs. You need to eat it consistently throughout the day. Spread your protein across 3 to 4 meals instead of eating it all at dinner. Stop exercising wrong. Exercise matters, but not how you think. You don't need to spend 2 hours at the gym. You need to lift heavy things and walk a lot. Strength training 3 to 4 times per week for 30 to 45 minutes is perfect. Focus on compound movements, squats, deadlifts, presses, rows. These exercises work multiple muscles at once and trigger beneficial hormonal responses. Building muscle is the ultimate metabolism hack. Muscle burns calories 24/7, even while you sleep. Fat just sits there. Every pound of muscle you add increases your daily calorie burn by 30 to 50 calories. That might not sound like much, but over a year, that's 5 to 10 pounds of fat loss without changing your diet. Walking is incredibly underrated. Aim for 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily. This keeps insulin sensitivity high without triggering cortisol. It's low-stress movement that accumulates throughout the day. Forget about spending an hour on the treadmill. High-intensity interval training works better in 15 to 20 minutes. Sprint for 30 seconds, rest for 90 seconds, repeat 6 to 8 times. This boosts growth hormone and burns fat without the cortisol spike of long cardio.
The real secret: consistency beats perfection. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You need to do all of this consistently for months, not weeks. Your hormones didn't break overnight. They won't fix overnight. The people who successfully lose weight and keep it off aren't doing anything magical, they're just consistent. They eat protein at every meal. They sleep 7 to 8 hours every night. They manage stress. They move daily. They do this even when they don't feel like it. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be consistent. Having pizza once a week won't ruin anything if the other 20 meals are solid. Missing one workout won't matter if you hit the other 3 that week. The goal isn't to follow a diet for 30 days and then go back to normal. The goal is to fix your hormones permanently by changing your lifestyle. Once your hormones are balanced, weight loss happens naturally. You're not fighting your body anymore, you're working with it. Final truth. So why aren't you losing weight? Because you've been fighting a hormonal war with a calorie calculator. You brought the wrong weapon to the battle. Fix your insulin by timing your meals and cutting sugar. Lower cortisol by managing stress and sleeping properly. Heal your gut by eating fiber and fermented foods. Reduce inflammation by eliminating processed oils and adding omega-3s. Build muscle and walk daily. Be consistent for months. Do this and your body will finally let go of the fat it's been desperately holding on to. Not because you're eating less, but because you fixed the broken systems that were preventing weight loss in the first place. The scale will move, but more importantly, you'll feel energized, sleep better, think clearer, and stop being hungry all the time. That's when you know your hormones are fixed. That's when weight loss becomes effortless. Your body wants to be healthy. You just need to give it the right tools to get there.